Hello, welcome once again to today's episode of the Wellness Wave. I am your host on this episode, and my name is Nkechi Ogunjofo. I am a pharmacist, a very passionate mental health, wellness, and advocate. And I am hosting this show because I know that a lot of people are struggling. And what if you've been made to believe for years that when you're struggling mentally, it means that you're failing spiritually? That is what many people have believed. But what if I tell you that the truth is that your faith and your mental health are supposed to work together to help you to heal faster? Yes. And that is why I chose this topic for today's episode. Faith and mental health. Harmony, not conflict. Yes, perfect harmony. In my practice as a pharmacist, I've had issues with people struggling to reconcile these two strong aspects of their well-being. And so today we're diving deep. Let's see how it is possible that we can have harmony between our faith, practicing whatever faith we believe in, and our mental health. So, right away, let's see some reasons why this topic matters. First is that many people struggle silently in many faith communities. They are battling with a lot of things and they can't speak out loud because they don't want to be stigmatized for being spiritually backward, low, and they allow the struggle to persist. Also, emotional battles are often misunderstood as spiritual weakness. Yes, in many quarters, this is obtainable, and people who find themselves in this situation are really facing a lot of challenge. Their mental health is impacted because, believe it or not, our faith, our spirituality is a part of our existence and we cannot deny it. So, whatever faith we practice, whatever faith we believe in, let us see why this matter deserves utmost attention. Then, another reason why this topic is crucial is that harmony creates a healthier and more compassionate environment for people to thrive, even in your mental wellness, even in your spiritual environment. When there is harmony, there is more likelihood that people will thrive in a healthier environment and they'll be happier practicing their faith. So let us see how, in practical terms, we can reconcile these differences. Starting with our faith, our spirituality, let us see what we can gain or what we stand to gain from our faith or our spiritual beliefs. First of all, hope and resilience during difficult seasons. Yes, some people really look up to their faith in challenging times. They go to their spiritual anchor to seek for succor and solace. And most times they come up feeling better. Yes, they do. And faith also gives people a sense of purpose and identity. People feel empty. There's this void when their spiritual needs are not satisfied, and nothing takes away that void. And that is why many people can't let go, even when they feel that this clash is really impacting deeply. Also, the fact that support and community exist in many of our spiritual environments, our faith-based environments. Yes, some support are so strong that they feel like family. They feel like home. When we are there, we don't feel like leaving. We are all entangled. We see support and a sense of community, a sense of belonging. Yes, faith provides this, and this is very crucial. Not to forget the fact that some practices that go on with many faith based environments and communities provide us with calm of mind. Yes, most times when people are praying, when people are worshiping, when people are in their secluded spiritual environment, they experience calm. These are some of the points that we stand to gain from practicing whatever faith we believe in. And this is very crucial that we look into it right away. Now, what do we stand to gain from our mental health? Yes, our mental health provides us with emotional clarity. We don't want to deny that. In a world we're living in whereby stress is here to stay, is something we can't really help most of the times. Mental health, when it's at optimum, gives one peace of mind, emotional clarity. Also, mental health provides us with tools for managing stress, anxiety, and trauma. These tools are harnessed when people are down mentally, and most times when they come to their providers, they will help them tap into these tools to get back to their well being fast. Mental health also provides us with a lot of healthy coping skills, skills that we incorporate in our daily lifestyles that helps us to cope whenever we find ourselves out of sorts, whenever we are struggling, whenever we are seeking refuge, a safe place to cope. Yes, we get some skills that we are always asked to use, and they are very valuable that helps us to come out of our situation. And also, let's not forget that mental health provides us with support for our personal growth and healthier relationships. Yes, many people have lost touch with where they are and where they're headed because they are passing through mental issues. But when they sought help, when they sought therapy, they were able to reconcile and find their bearing. And so personal growth starts to boom and they are having healthier relationships. So let us not forget that mental health is very crucial to our existence in our secular lives, in our private lives, in family. It is something that we can't let go as well. So now this conflict between our faith and our mental health starts with a lot of myths that we don't really know where most of them originate from. Maybe our culture, maybe our society, upbringing, background, whatever. But let's look at some of these myths for the sake of clarity and for us to really assess whether they really hold grounds. One of these myths is that if you are depressed, you're not spiritual enough. Yes, if you're a strong spiritual person, you should never get depressed. And you can imagine that. Is that not funny? Does it sound real? And yet, people are holding on to these beliefs. This is a challenge. Another myth is that prayer alone should fix emotional struggles. Prayer is a very powerful tool. I use it, I make strong use of it. But then, is it true that prayer alone should fix emotional struggles? I really doubt it. We'll look into it in a brief moment of time. Another myth is that therapy means that you lack faith. You're struggling with faith. If you're very strong in your faith, therapy will not be a part of your need. It's not something you should need at any point in your time. Wow, this is very challenging. Not just challenging, but misleading. And also, I've heard a lot of believers say that you should never feel overwhelmed. Yes, you're a child of God. You shouldn't feel overwhelmed at any point in your life. But then this myth doesn't have concrete basis. Yet many people are holding on to them. Many people are facing the challenges they are right now because these have taken a strong grasp, a strong hold in their life, and they can't let go. It is entrenched, maybe from upbringing. And when this, so far as this myth exists, and they are taking a central stage in people's lives, the conflict is real because people can't seek help when they are facing mental issues. They can't seek help because this myth is in the way of their seeking mental health support, which actually should make them feel whole, make them enjoy their life to the fullest. So, what is the truth about these conflicts? What is the truth about this conflict between our faith and mental health? How can we bring in harmony? Faith and therapy are complementary. Yes, they can work hand in hand. They are not competing, no. While you are practicing your faith, upholding your faith, worshiping your God the way you best know it, holding on to your beliefs, your spirituality, therapy is also necessary when you are down with mental health issues. These two can work together to help you to resolve your issues faster, to help you to have calm, to help you to have clarity. Mental health challenges don't make you less spiritual. No, they don't. They have their place when you try to separate the issues. When you have your mental health challenges, seek therapy, seek professional help. Then also your faith can come in to help you to anchor, to seek solace, to find support for you to heal mentally. So healing can be both spiritual and psychological. And that is why for most times when people go to their doctors, go to their therapists to get healing from one challenge or the other, they are being carried along. They have a lot of explanation going into the practice, going into their healing, so that the reason is because the doctor or your therapist wants to buy into your psychology. He wants you to see reason why what he is doing is going to work, is going to help you. And so, while your faith can also help you to get some solace and succor, your seeking help, professional help for your mental healing is very important. For your mental issues is very important. These two should work together. There should be an internal harmony. Nobody should make you believe that you're less spiritual, you're less faithful to your God because you're seeking help for your mental health issues. Please trash it. Put that idea and myth to where it belongs, right there into the garbage, and see yourself liberated. See yourself experiencing better resolution of your issues, mental health issues, while you're seeking your therapy. And also remember, hold on to your faith. It has seen you some way through into your life. So there's no real conflict. Please don't be led along in this deceit because it is detrimental. It will work against what you stand for. And also, harmony also exists because most times when you are going to seek mental health checks, you pray to your God. You pray for God to help you, to give your therapist the clarity of what to do for you to make you to get better. Yes, this also works because God uses people to work. Yes, that your therapist, that your doctor might be the person that God is using to bring help for you. So when you don't reach out, how will you get that help? You never can tell. This ideology should be trashed so that people will not be deceived any longer. I'm sure you're getting insight from this discussion so far. Let me know if I'm meeting your expectations. Yes, you can drop in your comments. Let me know where you are with me in this discussion. I hope I'm making sense. I hope it's making sense. Yes, for the fact that you have your strong beliefs, your faith, that does not make you less a spiritual man or woman. No, your faith is a part of your well being, your spiritual well being, and your mental health is yet another part of your physical whole well being. So there should be harmony between these two. And that is the essence of this event. That is the essence of trying to see a reconciliation, removing of this conflict and making you to experience holistic well-being, making you to work from both ends to achieve your well-being, your mental health and well-being. So, having said this so far, is it really true that our faith supports our well-being, our mental well-being? Yes, and I have some points to share on these aspects. Now, let's look at some of the things that your faith encourages you to do. Your faith encourages you to show gratitude, to express the possibilities of positive thinking. Gratitude and positive thinking are part of the aspects of mental well-being that you cannot deny. So, can you see that in these aspects, your faith supports your mental well-being, while your faith opposes gratitude and positive thinking? Mental health also opposes gratitude and positive thinking. So there's no conflict. These two are actually harmonized. Now, your faith helps you to build resilience through hope. Mental health also supports resilience by helping you to seek clarity, by helping you to hold on to the tools that will help you to get healing. So, resilience is another support. Both your faith and your mental well being are actually advocating. Now, what about the fact that isolation is reduced when we practice our faith? Most of our faith-based communities are actually strong support that helps people to seek refuge and escape isolation. Mental well-being also encourages people working in their in communities, seeking community support, whether you see it in your family, whether you see it in your place of work, or among your peers. So the idea of fighting isolation is supported by both your faith and your mental well-being. So also there are grounding practices that helps us reduce stress. Both can be seen from your faith and your mental health and well-being. So actually, faith supports your mental well-being. There's no conflict here. Both are upholding the same things. Both believe that you have to practice gratitude. You have to indulge in positive thinking. Both also encourages you to build resilience. In a lot of issues, resilience is one of the tools that mental health advocates. Both your faith and mental health encourages you to seek support in community, fight isolation, yes, and grounding practices like prayer, meditation, helps you in both instances to overcome your challenges. Yes, am I getting am I getting your views on this matter? Are you really seeing sense with me? Let me know if it's resonating with you. Personally in your life, have you seen areas where there is harmony, just like I've discussed here on this topic of faith and mental well being? You can share in the comments. Yes, if you have had a personal experience where you have experienced harmony, please share in the comments. A lot of us will be encouraged by your upbuilding comments. Now, let me see another aspect of this discussion. Faith is really something that is encouraged. Mental health is also a strong pillar of our health that shouldn't be overlooked. But then let us see, when actually should you seek professional help? When should you seek professional help? When you're having persistent sadness or feelings of hopelessness that you feel like giving up in life, faith alone cannot carry you anymore. This is a point for you to seek professional help. You can reach out to your doctor who might link you up to a therapist for you to get professional help. Persistent sadness, hopelessness, feelings of overwhelm, when they are really getting in the way of your well-being, please seek professional help. Then when you're so much under anxiety and stress that it starts affecting your work, there's no work-life balance anymore, your sleep is impacted, and your relationship with people, colleagues in the family, your spouse is affected. You find yourself losing it out on people for very little reasons, for no just reasons. This is time to seek this is time to seek professional help. Reach out to your doctor, your therapist. You should be able to help you at this point in time. Faith alone might not see you through. Emotional overwhelm can also impact on us to an extent that we are really engaging in our spiritual practices, but we are not getting our bearing anymore. Seek professional help at this instance. And then when you have unresolved trauma or grief that is not letting go, lasting for weeks, running into months, yes, you might need to seek professional help. Faith alone at this point might not be all you need. And please, at any point, if you're thinking of harming yourself, inducing harm on yourself, maybe taking sleeping pills to really indulge in hours of sleep, no, that is not the right thing to do. This is a red flag that you need professional help. Please reach out for a professional help at this point. So, remember, when you're overwhelmed, your faith alone is no longer carrying you through. Sleep is impacted, you're flaring up, your relationships are impacted, you're no longer flowing with your colleagues at work, in the family is no longer a peaceful place. You're no longer able to come out of your hopeless feelings. The persistent sadness is lingering for weeks, running into months. Seek professional help at this point in time. And before I finally wound up in this section of our wellness wave, here is a part to integration. Combine prayer and therapy. Yes, this is what I advise most people that come to me for help. Whatever faith you're practicing in, I wouldn't go into it. What I would encourage you is, while you're seeking therapy from your therapist, from your doctor, you can also pray. Prayer gives you some calm that is unexplainable. And yeah, there's no conflict. The two can go hand in hand. It doesn't mean you're less a spiritual person. It doesn't mean your faith in God has gone low if you seek therapy. No, combine the two. And before I round up, remember to embrace your faith plus your emotional awareness, meaning that you should know how you're feeling inside. You should know when you really need to seek professional help. You should know that you should be able to gauge your level of recovery from your faith practices. And when they are not sufficient, you should know. You shouldn't need somebody to tell you. You should seek help at that point. And remember, build communities and boundaries. These communities, you have them both in your mental health communities and in your faith based communities. There's no conflict, there is harmony, internal harmony indeed. And finally, before I round up, please choose compassion over shame. Some people might not know how you feel. Some people might judge you, but it's okay. You know that you need your healing, right? So, and for some of you who are on the judgmental side, please, this is time to stop. Allow people to seek therapy. Don't judge them. Instead, be compassionate. Be willing to help. Help them to realize that harmony will make them to be a healthier, a stronger, and a more balanced person. And they will always live more balanced life. So let me know how this have resonated with you. Let me know if there are some things that are left untouched in the comment section. And of course, if you have questions, we still have some 5 minutes. Drop your questions in the comment section. I'm looking out for your questions to see how I can be able to help. But all in all, I hope to a large extent that I've been able to help us to see that there is a really no need, there's really no need for a conflict between our faith and our mental health. We should seek the harmony that exists between these two and solidify it because it will make us be better people, healthier people, more balanced people, and it will make us to know how to live our lives to the best of our circumstances. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being with us in today's event. And let me know in the comment section if you got value. And of course, if you have questions after now, maybe after we've ended this event, you can always reach out to me on my social media handles and I will be able to prefer the solutions you so seek. Before I round up, I want to say thank you once again for making it happen today on this episode of the Wellness Wave. Looking forward to having you again, same time next week, for yet another interesting episode. Thank you so much. And with this, we've come to the end of the event today. Looking forward to having you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.